Okay. I'm here, I'm awake, and I'm a vampire. Right.
All
Absolutely.
good things to be.
Hmm.
I've been up since 6 a.m.
Oof. Hate that.
I mean, it was my choices. There were, in fact, my own choices, but
Hmm.
I am ready and super hype
yes.
but that's partially because of what I'm expecting.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
I have no
Okay.
idea what's going on, where we are, and what we were doing there,
I
so.
remember exactly what it is only because it's relevant to my character.
Oh, okay.
Well, weren't we gonna go see
Yes.
what's yes.
There,
I
there
thought
are a number of people we were going to go see.
I thought we saw him last. No, no, we talked on the phone with him or messaged with him last time.
We
Yes,
we
and he
we
was busy.
saw Henry last
Right.
game.
Mhm. Gotcha. So at the end of
Yes.
last game, while people are busy looking at things, you guys were coming back from a uh, interesting dinner affair over at the Milliner compound, where um, uh, Kathy's sire explained to you some of the details behind the past of the Hekata clan and the way that it might be changing going forward.
Right.
You guys had a number of individual missions, or at least not missions necessarily, but things you were asked to look into by assorted kindred around the city, including the Baron of the domain in which you live, the Prince of Boston, and some people who are at least a little bit invested in seeing uh, who this mysterious uh, hired assailant with access to strange, powerful oblivion rituals might be.
Yeah.
So, and there's also the investigation you've been doing with the graffiti sigils, uh, the looking into the unusual blood network. There's a bunch of stuff on your plate. But I think that what Enfys is talking about, or what Sam is talking about for Enfys, is the message that she sent to her sire,
Right.
Savior. Is that about right?
It is. I don't know if he will be available the next night. It's well and fully possible he might not. And
Right.
also, do you want us to introduce ourselves since we don't have an overlay to say
I
who we
do.
are?
I would like that to happen. I
Yes.
just wanted to like give people a chance to work things out. But yes, for those people who are still with us, we're coming in now. Welcome to Triptych, episode 4 of Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle. Hmm. I am your storyteller, Jason, and our host is Anna, who will introduce herself.
Hello. My name is Anna. I Twitch stream here as Power Vulcan, and I play Alexis, who is an independent salubri, trying very hard to be the bestest human a vampire can be, and I get to enjoy such things as applying a prosthetic fake eyeball and learning to play vampire, which I've not really done before. And yeah, that's me.
Semi, you want to go next?
Sure, I was just fiddling with something to see if it might improve my video. Uh, Maybe not. It's hard to tell. Anyway, hi. I am Sammy. I am playing Envis the Malkavian. Envis goes by they, she. I go by they, she, or face fair if you're feeling sparkly. And I think that's, well, Anarch. And I think that's most of it for now.
Fair enough. And Jillian, why don't you tell us a little
Hi.
bit about your character? And
Let's see. I play Natalie Crane. Natalie is a Tremere who leads a little cult that likes to look for the great connection between all things, which she's sure is out there, which may or may not be out there. She, however, is also out there. She um, she goes by she or they. I go by she or her. Yeah, let's play. Let's have a good time.
absolutely. So, Jillian, have
Yes.
you made a choice?
Yeah, we're gonna go with Scry the Soul.
Scry the Soul.
We
Nice.
absolutely.
What does that do?
So it allows me to perceive a lot of nifty things about a character or an NPC in general. It is like you wouldn't know. Don't put it that way. It's like, oh shit, no, she wouldn't know. You can perceive creature type. You can perceive how they're feeling. You can perceive if they have ever committed the greatest sin known to vampire kind.
Is it like aura perception?
It's very much like our perception.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. I didn't know if you knew that because you were.
I play a lot of werewolf, and everybody I know plays vampire in One World by Night.
Good.
So LARP rules, which is part of why I'm like, A, I've never played, and B, what I know is mostly wrong.
It's not wrong. It's just like it's
a different
the worst
system.
Stuff.
Well,
it's the worst stuff. Yeah.
But it's a different system.
Yeah.
Both because it's met and because it's not V5, right? So it's like
true.
Everything about it is not the correct selection.
Absolutely. So yeah, Scribe the Soul is basically aura perception, although it's been jumped up a little bit. It's now, it's just there's a little bit more that you can perceive. And it no longer has the weird Crayola box indicators.
I use aura perception. Their aura is sparkly. According to my notes, the last time somebody was sparkly, they were Fae and a mage. Okay, got it.
Fae and a mage. That's too many things.
Have you encountered one World by Night, Sammy? That's how that.
Yes.
That's how that.
I am on a public recorded stream, and so every organization has its own deep inherent values, and they're valuable in their own way. Yes,
but that is where I would have encountered something like that.
Absolutely.
This aura says abomination. Oh, good.
No, that's something else.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
Thank you for that. All right, so it is time to rise. Everyone, give me a rouse check. For those people who are new to the system, that means rolling a single die and seeing if you get a success or not. This is to show whether you get hungrier upon waking.
Are we rolling?
The second one was mine.
Dice
We are in fact rolling on the dice roller, even if it doesn't show up on the screen.
It is also showing up on the screen. It's just terrible.
Oh. Well,
I made it show up. It shows up in a white box in the corner of the screen.
Okay.
But it does show up, and I get hungry because, of course, I do.
Do you? I thought I had a success on.
Nope, that was Sammy.
That was me.
I thought I saw both of you with one. I'm sorry.
Nope.
I only saw mine and the one just before it, which was also blank. So I think I'm good.
I thought blanks were not successes.
Blanks are not.
That's what I'm saying. I got a success when somebody else rolled and I saw it showed up.
Yeah.
I rolled and I saw a success, and then there was a third roll which I didn't happen to see.
Yeah, no, only I failed. I need to go mark.
I thought the person before me.
That
also
was
failed, but I could be
that
wrong.
was me.
That was you. It showed at a different time,
Oh,
different order.
okay.
Go
All right,
act.
so I have another hunger thing. Did we recover our willpower?
Yes, you did. Everybody at the start of this session recover a number of willpower equal to your resolve, your composure, whichever is higher. Which for most of you, I think, should take you all the way back to clean. But check for yourself.
I mean, I only spent one, so yes.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay.
About the same.
Great. I'm hungry. Grr. Well,
Okay.
I am 2 levels of hungry, so.
May I ask a quick rules question, Jason?
Ask me.
Is Share the Senses, the other level 3 power, the closest thing we now have to telepathy, or is that elsewhere?
Yeah. That is the part of telepathy that is riding somebody else's mind stuff. I believe you have to have a higher level in order to put thoughts into people's heads.
That's unfortunate. It's one of my favorite things about that discipline. No, because it's so great for intel and communication.
Actually, you know what? Actually, I'm mistaken about that. Shared senses is
It's not Scribe the Soul, obviously.
It is not Scribe the Soul. That is the other one. No, it's the in order to communicate, you need higher levels of things.
Okay, so you get half of it then and half of it later.
Yeah.
And do you? Oh, does that mean that you, if you didn't buy Share the Senses but did buy the other thing, you could put thoughts in somebody's head but not receive them?
Yeah.
That's
I believe that's
awkward.
pretty much, it's
That's
basically like
delightfully
silent
awkward.
dominate. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I will ask you about that later because
Yep.
that's a power I always love having.
Yep.
Cool.
Understood.
That seems not well thought out, but shrug.
Yeah, there is no like I'm as far as I can tell there is no like just like silent send power. You basically need dominate to put things into people's heads. But yeah, this is a look through people's senses stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, then I know what I'm going to be getting next. Okay.
What?
Cool.
Okay, cool.
I'm probably going to be upping one of my lore sheets and asking Jason if I can make an NPC related call for narrative reasons. But I could check on that latter one now since it might be relevant today.
Sure. Give me a moment while I pull up your appropriate lore sheet.
Please do. And I may not buy it immediately. It may be something I do very soon rather than immediate.
So presently you have the cobweb at level 1. Is that correct?
I believe that's correct, yes.
Yep, cool. Breaking the static. What is it you're looking to get?
I am hoping to get the level where there's actually some amount of communication that happens over it.
Sure, that'd be level 3. That is across the web.
Cool. What I wanted to know is, well, A, I may do that, and B is relevant for me picking A, which is, are you okay with the statement, for narrative reasons, that Xavier also has the cobweb lore sheet and also has 3?
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Okay. So I'm going to think real hard about that.
You think harder than that.
Okay.
So, you guys wake up individually, pulling yourselves back from the brink of oblivion. Not literal oblivion, but from the dreamless sleep that is the torpor. You wake up. There is a package on your doorstep. A large package.
How large?
About a duffel bag size.
Is it wiggling?
Oh, no.
A little bit.
Do people still wake up at their relative level of, not humanity, but at a different point depending on
you guys are, I mean, it is reasonable that Alexis is probably up earlier than you two, but I don't think that it is significant enough that I would stage out the awakening.
Understood.
Yeah. You guys are close enough in humanity that it's not a big deal.
Was anybody expecting delivery of what appears to be maybe a live body?
You just hear feet on the stairs.
I'm assuming I just looked out on the delivery and then just kind of said that to the inside of the house.
I'm gonna check the house Amazon account just in case.
Put your eyeballs on this duffel bag that is slightly wiggling.
She's already running down the stairs.
I am putting my eyeballs on that duffel bag.
Yeah. What else can we tell about this duffel bag, Jason?
Are you to be clear, is Natalie scrying the soul on the duffel bag, or are you just staring at it?
I mean, she did just get a power. She might as well use it.
True.
I might as well.
Hey, the soul of the bag.
This is literally spoken if you got him territory. That makes sense.
Jason, I would like to heighten senses in case somebody is, I don't know, looking in the bushes or something, having delivered this on our doorstep.
Well, I'm also gonna not do this on the front porch.
I mean, yes.
We're gonna take this shit inside.
Yes. Semi, I do have an answer to your question, by the way.
Yeah, I just was going to say brief alert. Yeah, it's level 5. It's one of its own level 5s.
It's a different power. Okay, got it.
Brief alert.
Okay, then I will likely continue doing the same darn thing, which is Natalie and I will have the same powers because we're besties like that. No, it'll be great. It's great. It's fantastic.
All right.
That's just us.
Yeah. Well, you two are mostly the same person, right? Not at all.
Very similar.
Not at all.
Oh, and I assume all of our any compulsions or anything we had are now done?
Did we have
compulsions? Mine is not.
That's what I'm wondering.
I have not yet.
Nope, it is still the same day, and you have not yet fulfilled your your drive to be.
Is it still the same day? I thought we went to sleep and woke up.
It is still. It is. Actually,
The
you know
same
what, you're right.
24-hour period or day?
It is.
Like,
It
I
is.
guess
It,
that's the
you know,
question.
once it's the. I believe it's here. Do compulsions leave once you go to bed?
I am okay with playing it as I still
Okay.
have it.
I'm down. I'm down with that too.
I'm down.
Okay. So my apologies. Just
No,
wanted
The
to
it's-
theater
no,
kid
no.
answer.
fiddle this thing out. Okay. So, uh,
Bring this
You-
thing in here.
fair enough. Dragged inside.
Jason,
Now I'm coming down the stairs.
How was it delivered, and can I catch anything outside with heightened senses that would usefully give me clues to anything about it?
Sure. Activating heightened senses and give me a intelligence plus let's say awareness.
Okay, that's 4, 5, 6 dice total.
Plus your aspects, so that
Oh
would be,
yes,
another two.
two.
Another
So
one.
that's 2. So that's 8
Yeah.
dice, 2 of which are hunger dice. So hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6, 7, 8.
Wow. Satisfying.
I see
4 successes. 1, 2, 3,
Yep.
4, and 4 dice that are rerollable. I don't think I can reroll that many. But I can spend a willpower, I believe, to reroll 3 of those, right?
3 of the blank ones. Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
I'm gonna do that. So let me
Damn,
Okay.
alright.
reroll
Sure.
that. I want to see if there's anything to see.
Sure.
And we're adding 2 more to those 4 successes, so that's.
So there's a total of 6.
Yep.
Okay.
Go mark,
Cool. All
mark
right.
down that willpower.
Absolutely. You open your senses to the world and scan the surrounding area. You can see the footprints of the people who left this here. You can see that they came here from the curb, dragging this bag over the grass berm, leaving it on the doorstep, and then walk back. The footsteps would be invisible to anybody else, but heightened senses and your amazing roll made it apparent.
Okay.
So looks like somebody brought him here in a car, dragged him up the sidewalk, and left him on the porch.
Okay, and we did not hear any like noise or anything.
You
like...
were you were
yeah.
dead.
We were dead. Okay. Is there any way to tell like how long he's been here? No.
Do you have time for us? No, no, that's a joke.
We've had this conversation, and the answer
It's
is
true.
no.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
is it
yeah.
on the table?
It is not. But
It used to be, but not anymore because time.
yeah,
It was last game.
it's true. You could using the methods you have right now. There is no way to tell exactly how long it had been out there.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but you could. I mean, it's not like illuminate the trail of prey, but you can see that somebody brought this thing, dropped it on your doorstep, and
And left
back.
and
Yeah,
went
yeah,
back to
yeah.
the car that brought them
Yeah.
here. I want to assume.
Yeah.
Okay, cool beans. I will tell everybody else that it looks like somebody was on the curb and walked him over here and dropped them and then went back. So I'm assuming they came in a vehicle and dropped this stuff here at some point in the past
Right,
day.
well- Pick it up, bring it inside.
We really need to get
Okay.
one of those Nest doorbells.
I thought we were talking about that. There's actually this one that's like a similar brand, but it's much harder to break in terms of security. We should
Ew.
we can
I mean, we could get a ring.
Yeah.
I mean,
right. No, but it's
honestly,
better than both of them. They're both harder to hack, and they're harder to.
I could.
And they don't give it to the cops.
I could set up a security system myself.
I
That's
mean,
true. We could put a layer between.
you know what?
They're about the same.
That would be nice. We should. But anyway, can we
I'll get
open
you the
this and
specs.
see who is in it?
Before we do that,
Oh yeah. You want to?
yeah, I'm gonna.
Check
Sure,
it out.
let's do that thing. First, give me a
I'm
rouse
gonna
check
get-
to see if you get hungrier by trying.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna do a related but
Right.
different thing, but in a
Rouse
minute.
check.
Good.
Yay!
Yeah, it's good. You don't get hungrier.
Yay,
Okay.
okay.
Now
All
for
right.
the actual
For the
power.
actual power.
Let's see here.
We're
It
gonna
says to
do-
me, scry the soul. All right, intelligence plus auspex versus the composure and subterfuge of the
Bag.
person in the bag.
Bag. I love that for me.
right.
How much subterfuge and composure do you have while you're in the bag?
It's a good question. Probably not a lot,
What's in
but
the bag?
certainly some.
Piece of paper.
Thank you for following Davy Jones Show. Much appreciated.
And boom.
You can even make terrible things happen to us, or great things happen to us, depending on.
I see 3 successes there.
And a skull and crossbones.
It's true, but that's not relevant because we'll see if it is relevant because we have to see whether or not you beat the other person. So that's only
Yes.
important if you fail the roll,
Okay.
because that is possible for be still failure, but seems unlikely.
I have my fingers crossed for you. They have a lot of dice.
Ooh, okay.
They have a lot
They
of
did very
dice.
well on this.
They really did.
Okay,
A
so
bag beat
here's
me.
okay. So here is the question. You
Gucci
got.
is mean.
Do you want to spend a willpower and try and Actually, you know what? Don't worry about it. We'll see how it goes. All right. Fair
May I
enough.
try some?
All right. You have the you end up looking at, you try to scry the soul of the person in this bag. What happens is that you focus your attentions on it, and something about their soul hurts to look upon. Like, not the sort of like ickiness of oblivion, but something brighter, harder to look directly at. You find yourself kind of squinting and looking away, and you take you lose a point of willpower.
I kicked the bag.
I'm gonna try
wait,
something
wait.
probably around bag kicking time.
Why are you?
All right.
What? No, don't.
Ah.
Don't. What?
You hear a muffled grunt.
What? Okay, guys.
One moment, before things move on, this power does move quickly, so I want to
Okay.
give you the data, if I have data.
Okay.
Everybody scry different things about the bag. So I'm gonna do the thing that I do, which is premonition all day, every day. So
Great. Give me a rouse check.
or all night, every night, really. Rouse check. Get into the tab. Roll.
It is not NPC.
Probably
it's
yes.
bag.
That's hunger too.
Do.
Okay, so I get hungrier.
You do. All right. Resolve plus aspects.
But it's not just a fail that gets you hungry. It's also a neutral, like a blank gets you.
Blank is a
hungrier.
fail.
Yes.
Okay.
If it is
The
not
skull
a
is the extra.
If the skull is only important and only on certain related dice. The skull is
That's
just
what I
rolling a 1. It's fine.
Resolve plus aspects. I should get more aspects so I have more dice in this, but I still have some fairly good dice. Okay.
It's better than when Kathy tries to think. So
4 successes.
Oh.
We like 4 successes.
Yeah.
They're very
Do you-
concentrated successes.
Do you want to try and spend some willpower to get the other 3, or are you good with what you got?
Yeah, 4's good for now.
4 is
I don't
good
know
for
enough
now.
about this
Okay.
duffel bag for me
Sure.
to care that much.
All right, sure. You look at this thing. You focus on the luggage tag attached to this duffel bag.
I didn't expect that.
has a
Okay.
luggage tag.
In
Okay.
the bag.
Or the place where a luggage tag would go,
Oh.
it's like one of those like ID things. On this tag, there is no writing, but then for you there is, and it is in a script that is very similar to the ones that you've been studying in the graffiti and along the sides of roads. You can perceive that the bag itself is what comes off of it is the faint odor of like cedar or sandalwood, some kind of incense. You can hear a kind of buzzing sound, like the fluttering of dragonfly wings or something that's buzzing very rapidly. It kind of tricks your tinnitus, or trying to like sort of sounds like a high pitched thing, but it's not enough to actually knock you into your bane. It's just like you focus on this thing and you hear like that sort of a high pitched whine or buzzing noise. You smell the incense. You see the strange tagging script, and and those are the senses that get tripped with 4 successes.
Okay. Do I have a sense of, obviously it's a script, but not necessarily like a written language script.
Right, yeah.
Is there even a loose gist of what it says? Or like the content of it, not what it says?
Sure. Because this is premonition, it's basically just sort of like, it's sort of like, it's vibes.
We're talking about the tone poem of what it says.
Yeah, the tone poem is, I am who I am, or it's me.
Like it's the burning bush? What? It's the thing I think of
or
when
it's
somebody
the
says
problem.
I am who I am. It is the problem.
Hi,
so
it's me.
when I am the problem.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem.
Oh my
No.
God, Jason, really?
No.
Okay, so the bag got kicked, and
it makes a grunting noise.
and I immediately am like, okay, this is stupid, and I am like unzipping it.
That has the same stuff on it that the walls had.
Oh God, wasn't somebody going to deliver somebody to Kathy?
Oh no!
Don't you hate it when you send out for something and it just shows up when you're the only one that's not home?
Yeah. Fudge
Now
cakes.
what do we do?
Now I feel bad I kicked him!
I'm unzipping this bag, Jason.
I'm sorry, he was just so bright and
It
just...
smells like wood chips. Had a nice.
You have no idea what she's talking about.
Okay, well, one of them thinks
female
that
baby
the
and
bag
things.
is bright. The other one thinks it smells like wood chips, and I'm
It's-
like, what is
It's
even
from.
wrong
It's
with
from
you?
this. It's from the this.
Yep,
Right.
yep, I don't question. Okay, so what's in the bag, Jason?
What's in
You
the
open the
bag?
bag, and what comes out is a young person, hair done up blue, in braids, side shave, dressed in kind of a overalls t-shirt kind of thing, wearing combat boots,
Okay.
with a number of piercings in their face, and sort of blinking at the emergence in the light.
Anybody we've seen before? Anybody I would have ever met around campus or anything?
Give me you know what, if you give me a wits and streetwise, I'll see.
What is streetwise? Oh, I have a dot of that. Oh my God, how did that happen?
Hey.
How did that happen? Okay, and wits, of which I have very few.
Now I feel bad that we kicked. They have cool hair.
I mean, okay, so I'm rolling
I don't-
three
I-
dice,
I
and
don't
two
know
of
why
them
you
are
do that,
hunger
Andres.
dice.
I don't know why you just reach out and kick a bag. I don't...
Reach out and.
I have a
Okay.
success and a skull.
Okay. One success.
Yeah.
They don't look super familiar to you.
It's a shame that we
mean,
knocked them against the coffee table like we did.
Yeah.
Oopsie dipsy.
Oh, yeah. Oopsie daisies.
Okay.
Uh,
Hi, who are you?
hi.
Hi.
My name, or you'd probably call me Halo.
Okay.
I
Hey,
was
Halo.
told that you guys wanted to talk to me.
About your... And, like...
Like
she
about your
reaches out.
art, not to have you in a duffel bag on
Are
a
you-
doorstep. What is even
Are you the
happening?
tagger?
Yeah.
The graffiti artist.
Yes, the graffiti artist.
That,
You
that
know
that's that's more that's better and more like it. But yeah,
Come
I'm
here.
just
Have a seat. Like, come here. Do you want anything?
I was
Like,
just about
I
to
think
ask.
we have like some alcohol, maybe, or maybe some
Water. We have water
water in
from
the
the sink.
tap.
Yes.
I have stuff around.
yeah,
little
yeah, I
bit.
could use something to drink. It's a
Is
little
water
early.
good for you?
Water is fine. I can drink water.
Cool.
Cool.
Just I might also have a drink. I don't know if you've had the kind of night where you might like a drink.
Uh, it's a little early.
That's fair.
But
Oh, I meant like booze. Or maybe you meant booze. Really? Is it that early for a drink?
It's a little early.
It's
not
5
that-
o'clock
fair.
somewhere.
I was gonna say it's
but-
past dinner time.
I mean, hey. I mean,
That's fair. It's fair.
regardless of time, basically, we didn't think you'd be in a duffel bag. We thought that,
So the people who brought me here wanted to make sure I didn't exactly know how I got here,
you
or
know
who
what,
brought me exactly.
okay, you know,
So,
Hasn't anyone ever heard of a blindfold?
Okay.
I mean,
Halo, is that a common occurrence for
no,
you?
For me?
Yeah.
I would hope not.
Honestly, weird shit happens to me all the time.
What
Oh,
kind
it's
of weird shit?
How
Can
much time do you have?
Oh, we have all night.
all the time in the world for this.
I mean-
No, I do have to make that phone call just in case.
However,
fine.
I do
But
want to
maybe
get to
you
the.
all-
I want to get to the real questions. I want to get to the questions that I want to ask.
Okay.
So,
I will.
I'm
I
gonna do
will. I will
that.
answer
No,
your
I'm gonna-
questions. I just want your word that I'll be able to leave when I'm done. Is
Oh
that fair?
fuck yeah, yeah. Oh no, I don't want to keep you here against your will. Like seriously, I just wanted to talk to you about a few things.
Here you go.
And you're not in
Totally.
trouble. You're not in, this is a fact-finding mission. I am a big fan of your work, actually.
Really?
Yeah, we have taken.
What have you seen?
Well, here, let me pull it up. And she turns around to the computer and pulls up the images.
Yeah.
I hand Halo a glass of water.
Yeah, like the things that Kathy took photos of on the screen.
Halo puts it to their lips and sips it gingerly. Yeah, that's mine, and that one too. And gosh, are you like putting a book together? Like, what is?
Yes, in fact, well, I mean, not without your permission, of course. This is more like a dissertation, more like a very in-depth paper.
Oh,
So
student, got it.
I mean,
perennially, yeah.
always, eternally. Aren't we all always students?
I suppose.
Can you tell us about
I
this
basically
work?
I wanna pick your brain about. There are a lot of layers, and I see them. Like, I see this. There are a lot
Okay.
of layers in this, and I want to get your thought process as to where this vision came from.
Sure. What do I call you?
Oh, hi, I'm Natalie. Hi, I'm Natalie Crane.
Alexis.
And this is Enfys.
And this.
And this.
Great. You can call me Halo. Most everybody does. So my thought process.
Or
I
your
mean-
feeling process if you work more from that.
Right. I mean, the thing about so it comes from a couple of things. I have
What is crinkling? Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's me.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I'll mute.
I have. Are you familiar with the concept of synesthesia?
Yes.
Yes.
I have something like that, although
That's cool.
it's less about numbers and colors and more about sigils and symbols.
I
Like,
can do something similar.
I will
Sort of.
Cool.
Cool. No, this is cool.
So
Let him talk.
sometimes when I see people, or I'm in a place, I have this, I get this need to draw, to tag, to make a mark, and I can sometimes just imagine these symbols. Like sometimes they're kind of ordinary, like like animal heads or geometric forms, but sometimes they're really weird, and they require like a lot of different imagery. That's why I usually carry a couple of different cans of paint on markers and such.
Okay.
And I've been putting them up a lot lately, throwing up a lot of them. And sometimes when it happens, I get like like it's like the opposite of a migraine.
Clarity?
No, like
Okay.
overwhelming not pain. And that's why I go by
Euphoria.
Halo, because it kind of gives me
So,
Oh.
have you been putting them up a lot lately because you've been kind of seeing them a lot lately, or
in part, yeah. It's just I've been feeling more inspired, more urgency, like I mean, you don't need to hear about my problems, but like
Oh no, go ahead.
it's
I mean, honestly,
sometimes
we can.
sometimes it's just like sometimes I lose time. Sometimes it's like I'll be working on something big and I'll just like I'll have started it and then have finished it and I don't realize where the time has gone.
Big mood.
oh. Okay. That's no. I mean, I think this is great. I mean, this is great. Just
Has
in
this always
general.
been true of you, or was there like a
Yeah.
point in your life in which you started having this happen? Roughly. You don't have to say what
I mean,
it is. if you don't want.
I've been tagging since I was a teenager, but I mean, it's only been in the past like 6 months, maybe even 4 months. That's really been like really intense.
And same thing with the sort of like euphoric might not be right, but feeling very well sort of corona effect for you.
Yeah.
has anybody other than us reached out and asked you about these?
I mean, people sometimes do. I mean, there's, photographers and, occasional people who want to like give me, you want to like put me in galleries or give me like, grants or whatnot. But they always want something weird in exchange.
What
Yeah,
kind
grant
of
license.
something weird?
They want to, you ever have somebody offer to give you like a life-changing amount of money for what appears to be nothing very important? I don't trust people like that.
Yes,
That's legit.
I imagine whatever it is important to them. The question is, of course, why.
Brief technical aside, if somebody has a haptic or similar that buzzes every time we get a message, including on Twitch, it is very audible on the stream. It's a low
It ain't
tone.
me.
It's just boob.
It's probably me, and I don't know how to make it not buzz. I can put it on a tissue or something.
Okay,
Because I'm assuming it's like buzzing, vibrating my
I
desk.
have no idea. That's possible. Yeah. Just letting you know.
Great. Because more tech. Anyway, moving on. Sorry. Hopefully that's better. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the first image, and she will page through.
Yep.
To the
Yeah.
Yep, to the tag that had the Hakata symbol.
Yep.
Woven in there.
Yep.
So, if we're looking here, um, do you remember anything about the episode that spawned this?
Sure.
Yeah.
I remember this one. Um, what I saw here was, um, again, kind of a geometric image, um, uh, crossed lines, angles, circles, very much in a kind of, sort of abstract geometry way. And then I saw a three-headed or a three-faced person,
Hmm.
um, with hair like long braids or dreads, um, a mouth with fangs and a forked tongue, um, eyes like burning coals.
Is he actually describing the Hecate symbol, Jason? Or is he describing, like, Medusa?
The answer to that question is
A little bit
both,
of both.
strangely.
Oh, okay.
Have
Interesting.
you ever seen anything like that before, other than maybe mythology? It reminded
I
me of that a
mean,
little.
it could have been in a video game, could have been like anywhere, but
Hades
like
was
no,
real.
it's
Hades
the
is real
but like
popular.
but
Oh
like
yeah,
no, I don't think I've seen anything exactly like that, and yeah.
cool.
Interesting.
Like,
Makes me.
can you give me it's weird to ask an artist. I know it's weird to ask an artist to like, so what did you think about when when you saw this image? But it would really, if you can give me like some sort of like a emotional impression, like if you're having this vision, did anything else come with it? Like any sort of feelings, any sort of feelings of ease or feelings of dis-ease or like imminent doom, danger, that sort of thing.
Let me think about
Okay, hey, yeah, take your time. Like, this is all really helpful to me. Like, you don't like this is really good.
I mean, I guess when I saw it, I was uh first I was frightened, and then I was kind of angry. Like it bothered me, it irritated me, and the only way that I could get it to stop bothering me was to put it up on the wall.
This is
I'm
I
sorry.
mean,
What is your discipline anyway? Are you in psychology
I'm
or art appreciation? Like what kind of what is
um
it you
parapsychology, actually,
like in Ghostbusters?
like in
Uh,
Ghostbusters.
European history on my part, so,
I'm a
Oh.
writer, but I also work,
normal and boring.
and I'm a writer, but I also have worked in video games. Actually,
Like I said,
Okay.
normal and boring.
This is the weirdest kidnapping I've ever had.
We did not
This is
kidnap
not-
you.
Like
this is not
like,
how
we thought you were like gonna come over, like we'd have a spread, like we thought we'd have warning, like I'm still in my pajamas.
Oh, hold on,
like,
hold on. I go up to my room for a second.
Like I thought we'd have time, like get some like a spread going, maybe like order a pizza or something.
I was figuring somebody was gonna get us your number to text you at, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
come
I-
down and I hand them a Snickers bar.
Hey, there we go.
At least I don't know if you might not be able to do peanuts. I remember that I had this in my room. I don't have a lot in here because I just came back
Right.
from something.
Right. Okay.
You're welcome
So-
to it if you
No,
want.
it's okay. I will Halo takes it and looks at it quizzically and puts it in their pocket for later.
Fair enough.
okay.
So
I also send a text, by the way, while I'm up there.
got it. Is this in a is this in a form that I can read, or have you, or is it?
No, it's basically it's super quick check-in to be like, are you free tonight?
Okay.
It's one of those.
Got it. Cool.
Alexis will send a text to Kathy, but like
Mhm.
Renee's busy, so I'm not actually bothering to send her a message.
Right.
But I'm just gonna send a text to Kathy to say, your people delivered a halo and a duffel bag to us to talk to, just so you know. They did their thing.
Her people are criminals.
I mean, I try very hard to not think about that. Thank you very much.
Yep. No, it's okay. Sure. So, uh, I'll save this for later. Um, uh, yeah. So, um, that's how I felt about that.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything parapsychological about it. Like, I don't really get. I mean,
There's
I
certainly
don't. I mean, I
history
can't
about
really
it.
see the future. It's not really like a practical kind of thing.
No,
Like,
I mean it doesn't have to be.
yeah.
In the field, we consider these sorts of like artistic inspirations.
Hmm.
I mean, you're in great company. I don't know if you've ever heard of the mystic Hildegard von Bingen, but a lot of mystics of all religions, and they used to have the regular psychologists will attribute this to like epilepsy or like other sort of fit mental states, but we like to think of it as moments of ecstasy where you plug directly into a sort of Jungian universal unconscious. And it jives with what I'm doing because those symbols that you see are they're important because without getting too technical and boring the shit out of you, which I'm sure I already have, without getting without getting too technical, um, in different eras of history, you can see like an overarching theme in what people are seeing with not their eyes. So you get this overarching sort of leitmotif, to use a musical phrase. I'm sorry, um, and gifted people like you, especially artists and mystics, we can actually just sort of track. We can chart these things and infer a lot from them. So there's where I'm going with this, and my paper. When your tags showed up, it was like Christmas morning for me, honestly, because the can I show you this? Can I show you this? Like I broke down the tag or the artwork. Actually, I'm going to say artwork into several layers, and she actually will go through and like show him the layered like. And I mean, all of this is just fascinating, and she will nerd out at him for a good 5 to 10 minutes.
Jason.
Give me hold on a minute.
Okay.
Sorry, my apologies. Uh, actually, no, I will hold that. Go ahead on.
I was going to say I still have heightened senses up, and I was wondering if he has any like visual indication of kind of his reaction to anything that he's hearing.
That's exactly what I was going to go with. Give me um, give me a wits and insight, and you,
Three,
Anna,
four,
should add Alexis's
five.
aspects to that.
So 5, 6, 7 dice, and 2 of those are annoying dice. I mean hunger dice.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And
1, 2,
Jillian,
3,
do the same
4.
thing, but subtract your 2 for being compelled to
4 dice. 4 successes, rather. Sorry.
4 successes. Okay. Um. All right. Um. You can. Alexis watches Halo's face as Natalie goes through the 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 exegesis of her analysis of the work, and discusses uh, all kinds of esoteric aspects to it. And Halo goes from being um, politely interested to excited to scared.
At what point did it become scared?
How much does Natalie tell him or them about uh the occult implications of the things that they broke down?
We're not gonna mention a lot of vampire specific shit.
Okay,
We're
cool.
we're gonna we're gonna couch it real good.
Okay. What is the impression you want Halo to come away
that that the tags are like spirit, not spiritually, but like occultly significant,
with?
and may mean a lot to different fringe communities around Boston.
Okay.
Like I want them to come away with that they have tapped into something that may be bigger than them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's around that point when they realize that they are part of what may be a more complicated machine that they start to get a little bit they start to get frightened. Like there's a difference between being like, hey, I'm inspired to I am being used for something and I'm not sure what.
And
And it's at
is it
that point
feasible for me to also notice that, with that being a noticeable change from excited to afraid?
it is possible that you could notice it, but you would need a roll to do so.
May I?
You may.
Because I'm
That's wits and
actually,
insight.
for other reasons, I'm also looking very close at Halo's expression, but probably not for the same reasons as Alexis.
Probably not, but sure. Wits and insight.
Wits and insight. Do. Dice. Excuse me. Moment. I have an aim in this scene, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Successes.
Boom. Sure. With 4 successes, it's the same number that Alexis got. So yeah, you pick up much the same message.
Okay. I might want to chime in soon, but I don't want to change people's.
Nothing.
Oh, sorry.
Gotcha.
I don't want to interrupt anyone else's RP flow. At some point, Envis has an intent to reply to their concern.
Okay.
Not
Cool.
exclusively, but
Fair enough. You guys are in a conversation. You can feel free to come in as it feels appropriate. And Jillian, 3 is still enough to notice that something is off, even if you don't know the exact curve of the emotional track.
Hey, Halo. Does Halo turn to look at?
Sure. I mean, like at this point, Halo is looking over at Natalie's computer. I'm gonna say, Anna, do you have something you want to say or do?
No.
Okay, cool. Then
I was guessing it was receptive only, but I wanted to make sure I didn't jump on Anna's.
Right. No, that was it. Okay.
You all right?
Fine. Just no one's really like people don't actually dive that deeply into my work. Not usually. I mean, they pay compliments. They'll the chip jar is usually full, but like it's still nothing like this. I'm kind of like wondering like how like, it's nothing.
I know.
No.
This
please.
is.
We're
If it
academics. We care.
Also, like, if
Those
you would
two
like
things
to,
don't often go together.
if you would like to do a hearing of a thing that might make you feel better, rather than a saying of a thing that might make you feel better.
I always care. I'm sorry
That's
other
true.
people haven't.
But hey, if it's at all reassuring, your talent and your art is very unique. Like, to the point when I kind of associated you mentally when I saw you, an element of you in this, I could almost sort of see an overlay of your art style when I saw you. That's sort of how some of my stuff works.
Everybody hydrate, please.
will in just a moment. But what I wanted to say is, while it can be freaky to sort of learn that maybe you're touching on something cool, but you're touching on something that other people care about that might get you noticed, etc. You're not alone in that. And that doesn't always make things better, but I can at least say, like, I've had times where I've had people ask me for my writing, which sometimes pulls stuff out that people don't expect. I have a similar sort of, as you've noticed, interest in writing a lot of the time. And it gets a little weird when you find people who want to give you money for it, give you favors for it, tell you it has some big deal, but I want you to know that you are at least not the only person in town that can have that happen to them. And if that's at all reassuring to have that kind of community, like Natalie wouldn't know about this kind of stuff without meeting people for whom this was the case, them included, like this kind of vibe. That's because people can do this. There are people, they just don't talk about it much. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, you don't have, if you find that this is bigger than you thought it is, you don't have to be alone in that, at the very least. I know that I have moments like that, and I empathize with what you're saying. And I just wanted to, let you know that. If that makes any sense.
Do me a favor and
Yeah.
give me a charisma plus persuasion. Not
That's
writing
what
this
I was
time.
hoping to roll.
Yep, absolutely.
Excellent. I have
Not writing this time, but charisma plus persuasion.
Would you like to know secondary aims in this? mini-model?
Roll the die and
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, let's see how that works.
Fair enough.
Yep.
It's harder to do without live people.
Sorry.
Please go well. I will roll again if it doesn't. No, that's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, and skull, which does nothing for me here. I don't think, or does it?
Correct. Nope.
Okay.
In this case, it would only matter if you were trying to beat something and you failed. In which case, if 4 successes was not a success, then there would be consequences. But
I'm trying to decide if I care enough to spend a willpower to actually roll and get even more successes than 4. But
that is a personal decision.
You know what? I think I do.
Okay.
I think I'm going to spend a willpower to get more. All right, and I can roll up to 3, and I had 4, so I had only 2 more that I can roll, or can I roll 3 even though... No, because I don't want to re-roll a success. That's not good.
You can only roll up to 3 normal dice.
Right, and I assume you cannot roll... There's no point in rolling a success because it's already a success.
Correct. It is re-rolling dice, not adding more dice.
Then
so
I'm going to re-roll 2 normal dice.
Actually, the only time that is important is if you're trying to avoid a messy critical and you want to try and get not a success.
Not a messy...
Or not a 10.
Sure. Cool. Okay, I'm going to roll 2 dice then. And hopefully that does not make it somehow worse. That is, in fact, 6 successes.
Okay. So what is your aim in this?
Primary aim is genuinely to reassure, to leave Halo feeling like this may be a lot, but it doesn't have to be unmanageable and they don't have to be alone.
Okay.
The secondary...
Go ahead. No, I'm just go ahead. I'm sorry.
Their secondary aim is to feel closer to Envis through this disclosure.
Okay. With 6 successes, yeah, I will say that you...
But not as opposed to them, just more than they did with Envis before.
Sure. You are trying to make them more, trying to make them closer to you. With 6 successes, you can do that. Absolutely, you can give them. You've changed the way that they feel about you. They feel more.
The reaction chart is different now.
Not wrong. Just the notion of it's like they are your efforts to get closer to them are successful. They are more inclined to open up to you.
So just after that.
No, fair enough. They sort of their body posture changes a little bit. They feel they're a little less tense. They nod. They sort of they smile a little bit. They are listening to as Natalie finishes the description.
And I lean back.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Is there anything else that you would like with Halo from this scene?
Yes, but I'm not sure how to get it.
Give me an idea.
I want to figure out what that bright flash when I looked at them. What does that mean?
It's a very good question. They don't. I mean, do you think they know? Do you think they think that's something that they have access to?
Maybe.
Well, they talked about how they feel when they do the art. And it gives me, the player, some ideas, but I don't know if those ideas even exist in the system. And also, those people use different symbols. But they also wrote them on walls, and no one understood them. Ooh, sorry, I need to delete something real quick. But I don't know how to, like, get any further info on that out of him.
Well, there are a couple. I mean, there are. You could ask questions. You could, you know. I mean, there are ways that, I mean, you might be able to find information, or it may just be one of the mysteries. But I'm open to.
I mean, my approach would be to sort of do this like a podcast interview.
Okay.
In fact, you know what? I might open with that and just go right out and say, I have a podcast which delves into the occult and supernatural mysteries of Boston. You're fascinating. And the way you create your art, I think would make a really good podcast. Yay. You want to sit down and chat a little?
You mean tonight?
Tonight? Tomorrow night? I'm free. I mean, I have about a fame amount of listeners.
That's true. Let's try this. Let me go with roll me on manipulation plus persuasion.
You got it.
And throw an extra die for your fame.
I can't hear you, Julie, unless you.
Did you mute yourself?
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Yeah,
Three successes.
yeah, I have muted myself.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Three
Because I'm
successes.
kind of three's good.
Three is pretty good.
Three's good. I'm gonna
Three's good.
yeah. You know what? I'm gonna bank on 3.
Okay. So Halo's open to it. And they're more interested in doing it you know, tomorrow night. Or sometime we can, like, you know, put it forward. But if you really need to do it tonight, they'll clear out some time and come back later.
I mean, no, we can do it tomorrow night. That's fine.
All right. So you've got an appointment, and they will, you know, they'll figure out a way to meet up with you.
Yeah.
Now somebody else also wanted to leverage a thing. You, Alexis, wanted to leverage a thing.
I was just saying that I am not sure how to really get more info about
What would you like to know more about?
Well, so mostly I want to know about this anti-migraine that he was talking about, and how it is that happens when he's drawing, you know, vampire clan symbols on the wall.
I think it's they them, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
No, big deal. We heard it out.
But yeah, I don't know. I am getting this like weird imbued vibe that I am confused about. But because that's the only thing I can think of, but also like I want to know if there's like weird insights and messages that are basically getting like beamed to their brain from somewhere, for lack of a better term. I just don't know how to even
if their inspiration is internal or external.
Yeah. And I'm also somewhat intrigued by the like concept of, they're shining with goodness or something.
They're shiny with something.
They're shining with something. So, that's kind of where I'm at, and I'm trying to think, like, I certainly don't have any, like, I don't know, powers that would follow up on that. And I don't think I have any skills that would help with that either, so I'm not sure there's anything I can actually do.
Well, you could, I mean, you have some smart people in the room. Maybe when Halo's not listening, you could ask them about it.
I mean, yes, that's true. That
is one answer. The other answer is, if it happens when they're painting, maybe you follow them when they're painting and watch them do it with your friends with see the unseen, or your senses that are heightened. One of those.
You know what?
Options.
I'm gonna ask them if there's any way we could watch them make their art the next time such inspiration strikes, and would they be willing to like ping us on some media to go be like, oh my god, I feel the need to be doing the art at such and such location right now.
This is perfect timing, because we don't have an assist in the same way, because I was going to do this more subtly near the very end of the interaction, but we're pretty close to that end.
Subtlety is not a skill that Alexis has a lot of, because
no, it's
I
fine.
don't.
But this dovetails it. This gives it an excuse, which is like subtlety, which means that when they go, actually, you?
I have a specialty in pretext.
Yes,
yes. Are you a phone carrier? Not everybody does.
I've got to pay by the month.
All right. Here, may I give you my number in case you ever want to talk about this or to get in touch with us if you're up for that?
Sure, I'll take your number.
Cool. I give them a number. It is the same. I don't know you super well, but genuinely do want to be in touch.
It's the Kevin number.
It's pretty close to the Kevin number. And it is.
If you don't know who Kevin is, go back and watch episode 3.
I just imagine that Enfys has an infinite supply of like Google Voice phone numbers.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. So I give a number and an email address. It does legitimately go to them. It does go to them in relatively real time, but it is not
EnphysIsEverywhere.com.
Yeah, basically.
What do you think the cobweb is for?
Oh God. Yeah, because so when Enfys gives them the number, I will that would be a great time to be like, and yes, please contact us when your inspiration strikes. We absolutely would love to observe. Some of the symbology that you're using is very reminiscent of some of the things I've studied in European mythology and history, and I'm very interested, kind of from an entirely different angle from Natalie.
And I'd love to see the way you work. I'm sure. I imagine Natalie would too. Like that kind of stuff is truly inspiration.
Only with permission.
Yes, of course, only with permission and consent.
Sure. And yeah, if I sometimes I don't always remember, but when I do remember, I will text you. I will send you a message to let you know that I'm about to do a thing and where. I'm not always here, like in this part of town. Sometimes it's elsewhere, but I'll let you know.
We can potentially go elsewhere if it comes to that. Depends on where elsewhere is, obviously.
mean, I don't ever go. I mean, like, I tend to. I mean, I travel by train. I travel by bus. I don't have a car, but I mean, I can get pretty far sometimes.
Cool. Very cool. Well,
Hey,
sorry about how you got here again.
It's my own fault. There are these. I mean, there are some people who, um, there's some people who help me out sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's money. Sometimes it's something to get me through. Um, sometimes it's just help with various things, and they came to me and they said, "We're calling it in," and I said, "Okay, what do you want?" And they said, "Get in the bag."
Wow, that's intense.
yikes.
Well
Um,
then.
hey, can I ask if you have any other large pieces like this that aren't in the
Uh,
neighborhood?
sure. Uh, and they give you a couple of different locations, places that are scattered around different parts of Boston and
Yeah.
Cambridge and different spaces. It's like some of these are in places that are a little harder to get to, so people don't have it. Like a lot of them get photographed and thrown up on Instagram, and are all over the place. But there are some that are um, bigger and harder to reach, so not as many people have seen them.
How long ago
Oh.
did you make these? How old are these?
Um,
Are these all recent or?
no, no. I mean, like the oldest one, I think is, um, I want to say like late December, like you know, like around 21st, 22nd. I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
So this is all fairly recent.
I mean, not all of it, but like the big
Okay.
ones.
Yeah.
I mean, before I was just doing little pieces, little art. I would
Okay.
get I would put the symbols in sometimes, but now they're just coming like stronger,
Mm.
heavier.
All right. Well, save something for tomorrow and get your Insta ready for a lot of followers.
And honestly, be careful with those people who call in their favors by putting you in a
Hey,
bag.
hey,
That
hey,
does not
hey,
sound
hey,
fun.
hey. I'm sure they know.
I mean, like,
No, we don't need any of that right now.
no,
No,
yeah, okay.
no,
We
no,
can check in
absolutely
with
not.
relevant people about the stuff that we're concerned about.
So,
Probably.
regardless of all of that, um, please feel free to reach out if you need help with anything.
Yeah.
No, you bet.
I know a Snickers bar and a glass of water is also not ideal, but if you
Hey,
give us
Yeah,
some time, we could probably
you
get
got
for you if
fans.
you want.
Like
no,
you have three very big fans.
yeah,
Yeah.
Thanks, Halo. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
All
Um,
right.
I will tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
And maybe I don't know. Do you want me to come back here to your
yeah. My
place?
my studio is downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to check it out, make sure it's like not sketch or nothing.
All
It's
right.
it's a pretty good setup.
Sure.
I endorse it.
Cool. And unless you need them for anything else, Halo is
Yeah.
going to
Have a good night.
Yeah,
head
we're
out into
gonna
the night.
I
gonna
give a warm
totally
goodbye.
let them out.
Yep.
We're gonna
So
keep
this
the
took
bag, by the way.
bag is kept. So
Excellent.
this took about like an hour and a half to go through, maybe
Mm-hmm.
a little longer. So like about 2 hours. So we're somewhere in the 8 o'clock range of the
Okay.
night.
The text was, you know who it was, too.
Sure. And we can
I
pick that
realize.
up, but I want to make sure, want to see if
Oh,
there's
yeah, yeah,
people
yeah,
who
yeah, yeah.
want
No, I
to.
just realized that
No,
I didn't say.
no. I was able to pick it up.
Never
Mm.
mind.
All right. So you guys have some time to yourselves.
I want to go see the rest of his shed.
I
That
do
was wild, huh?
too. I want to know where their inspiration's coming from. I want to know if it's from inside or out because I want to know if something is beaming symbols of clans into their brain.
It's possible. I'm not gonna say it's probable unless there are very few amounts of things we can do that beam images directly into the brain. We're not
I don't
Ray guns.
necessarily think it's always us. It might be all sorts of other things. Who knows? But the fact that they get anti-migraines after it happens,
During.
and also blackout, it makes me at least somewhat suspicious that it is not, let's say, a natural occurrence.
I have a feeling it could be 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, that they have a certain receptivity to this. And if there is an external source, they're the one receiving it because they have the capacity. That doesn't change anything. And we still want to find out if there's an external influence upon them.
If somebody is
That makes sense.
if somebody is acting as a muse to this person, like a fangy muse,
Let's hope a
mean,
fan-
I meant a fangy one. I meant a vampire.
Oh, I misheard you.
Yeah.
I mean, I still do hope friendly. They seem nice enough.
I mean,
So here's my concerns. Okay, you want to know
Sure.
my concern here?
You're gonna have them, yeah.
Of course, I'm going to have them. It's my job. The symbology that is embedded in these images has the potential to be fairly triggering and divisive, especially as pertaining to some of the things that we found out yesterday on the Cape at Kathy's house.
Sure.
So if somebody wants to, let's say, create some civil unrest, in addition to, I don't know, robbing the courier from somebody important to us, or putting up artwork with people's special symbology embedded in it, or whatever.
Are we being framed?
I mean, that was possible from like a couple nights ago. Remember, there was the whole "this is kicking something off," and it's probably gonna.
So that was not my concern, but it is now. Great, thanks.
You're welcome.
I was much.
I'm sorry. Was I not clear about that? I apologize.
No, not at all.
I apologize.
I am worried that this person, who seems to be sort of just living their life doing their art, is being used to do this in a way that is going to descend a horde of very, very murderous vampires on them. And I would like to prevent that from happening. Yes.
One of the reasons that I gave them my
They are a masquerade breach, potentially, of course, on them. Have you met the Camarilla?
One of the reasons I gave
That's why I'm
them
worried.
my number
Yeah.
was so that if they get into trouble, they might also go, "Hey, person who has had a similar thing happen. The shit, it is hitting the fan," and hopefully we'll know.
I understand, but I'm expressing my concern.
The cam doesn't tend to go after pawns. Like they'll go after the person who.
Not unless they're going to get them. Which is a different thing. That's a separate thing.
In my experience, they go after whatever they can reach and don't particularly care about collateral damage.
You've got a skewed kind. Look, I've got no love for the Ivory Tower, Alexis, but you have to admit that your perspective on the thing is kind of skewed.
I wonder
Did you
why.
realize that all four of us have an alignment to one of the suits in the tarot?
What?
My cops.
I just noticed. No, actually, the reason not. You were wands.
Hey, all right, I'll take it.
What are you talking about?
There's a vibe. Each of us has a vibe, and I think that's part of the reason we work together as a group well.
Okay.
You are, among other things, kind of like a moral compass, honestly. This is not a surprise. It keeps us grounded. It keeps making sure that we don't do the, in my defense, I was left unsupervised too much.
I got a shirt that says that.
Yeah. Yes, thank you for telling me we got it too. So you ended up being the grounding symbol, pentacles, but as specifically a compass or a compass rose, and then it brought it all back to that. You were wands, I was cups, and Kathy was swords.
I'll take it. That's nice.
How did you get there from what I was saying?
I listened to the two of you discussing the difference in how the other sex would reach for something, and I caught your feelings oriented, this is the right thing to do, we should be watching out for XYZ, they can do this bad stuff. And Natalie talking about, yes, well, here's this refinement of this, like, it just, you came at the discussion in an interesting way. I suddenly thought there and said, hey, Alexis is kind of like a moral compass. That's cool. And then I ended up thinking about it and went, wait, I think this actually maps out. And I sat down and while you were...
Okay. I was wondering, because that was a leap of logic I entirely failed to connect.
Have you met me?
I mean,
I got it.
I try, but mostly I've stopped trying to connect.
I don't mind you asking.
I mean, you should. Look, hey, if we're gonna be a coterie, never stop trying. Like, we should all be able to come to a common point, don't you think?
Sure. That's why I ask, rather than trying to guess.
Half the time I'm able to say what it is, which is great.
That's the half that is helpful, yes.
I hope this was helpful. I don't know if it'll go from anywhere, but
I mean, yes.
I also wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't be. I would be lying if I said I didn't want to make him my goal. I would just love to watch him paint.
They have good vibes, and that was part of the reason.
Vibes.
That was part of the reason.
Like you'd break them if you did that.
I just want to get to know them better. I just want to get to know them better, make sure that they're in an okay holding environment for whatever the heck it is that's going on with them. And I know I do that in my own particular way, but like...
Hey, you were doing that thing.
They seemed like they could use someone, any of us, to like empathize with that. And what I said was real. That's not made up. I genuinely do empathize with having moments where people have asked me to write things until I figure out what's wrong.
Oh, I mean, Grant Life. Like, seriously.
Also, Grant Life. That's what happened with me. Thankfully, not as much with Xavier. Xavier was fairly understanding. But there were people who wanted to figure out what was going on in the book.
What makes you tick, darling?
So that's why I said, you know what, F you and F your sect. I didn't say it that way, literally. I went over here.
You didn't? I did.
Oh, I'm not shocked by that. But I went over here because I realized at least I get to choose when I am doing that and how. And so when I heard about how this goes for them, that made me kind of be like, and maybe want to keep an eye on them. And if I did it by smiling at them, I'm okay with that.
I mean, that's.
I'm just gonna
use the tools.
I'm just gonna. I'm like.
Yeah.
I can see this going at least 2 to 3 hours. So if you wanna sit in on the interview, just look while it's happening. While I'm asking questions, just like do your thing. And let's just do your thing.
Oh, me.
Yeah, you.
Sorry, I keep wondering, but yes, no, we'll see. I want to make sure. What I want to make sure is that we're all copacetic, that we're doing, that we can get ourselves in.
Like the three of us.
Were we not?
Yeah. No, we're not. We're not. But I know we're
so
coming up
confused.
with some stuff that we've not had happen before, and so I'm checking in because I know stuff can rub different ones of us the wrong way.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
I'm
making
now
sure
so
all's good.
confused.
Nothing's going on. I'm just making sure we're all cool. That everybody's cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel good.
But now I'm worried because you brought that
Why?
up. Because you brought it up.
You were making a face, and I couldn't tell if it was the I'm cranky and worried about Halo face, or if it was I'm cranky and worried about what we're doing face, and I couldn't tell the difference.
I don't see a difference.
I'm not cranky, but I am worried about Halo.
I was probably seeing the worry, but I wanted to make sure it wasn't how we were interacting with
No,
it.
I see in the crank. Very crank. Much crank.
Oh, okay.
You seemed concerned. And I was making sure you were cool.
Concerned, but I am concerned for their well-being, not anything else.
Mm-hmm. It's good. We good.
It's all good.
Okay.
I've been there. I feel.
Well, you can ask questions. That would make you less confused.
No, I don't think so. I think asking questions right now is just making it worse.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I did
sorry.
not mean to worry you.
I'm sorry we're so shadowed. I'm not. It's like,
I didn't mean to worry you. I was probably just being neurotic about making sure things were cool and misreading it. That does happen. Signal and noise is hard.
Okay. Is there anything else we were going to do right now? Were you thinking of going right now to go find those paintings?
I want to see them. I mean, look, tonight, it's gonna happen tonight. But
And I
there are
haven't
a lot
heard
of
anything back yet, so until
there
or
are
unless
a
I
lot
hear
of
from him.
hours in tonight.
Okay. I'm still I am also still worried about the fact that we were supposed to take a train, and then I'm still not sure why we were taking the train.
Oh, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
I'm betting we just don't know yet.
Yeah.
But I have it in here to remind me in case we figure
I
out
was supposed to remind you of something. Hold on a
I'm
minute.
on Ride the Train. Choo-choo.
And right, whoop whoop. What was I? Was I supposed to remind you?
I feel like there's some sort of weird innuendo there that I'm not getting.
Oh,
There can be.
Okay.
It's innuendo optional.
Hey.
What's up?
I'm supposed to remind you of something.
You were?
Oh.
Well, no, it was more of reminding myself to ask you about something.
Oh, cool.
Because I noticed this. You had a little when we were at the
thing.
when we were at dinner.
Mm-hmm.
You sort of spaced out there for a minute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't like a normal space out. Like I've seen you like go by.
It wasn't
for a
one of
little bit.
these.
Yeah,
space
it
outs.
was a space out.
They were talking about something.
They were talking about
They were talking about a wide variety of things, including
something about
people who can go into other dimensions.
I think it had to do with somebody. I remember what it reminded me of, but not what the original comment was.
Well, the original combat was something about being feeding the prince's ghoul.
Right. So, funny story. I don't know if I actually I told you a little bit about this, Natalie. I don't know if I told you the whole thing, and I don't know if I told you, Alexis, but I was not supposed to be a Malkavian. You see.
Where you're supposed to be.
Supposed to be. There was somebody that had their eye on embracing me.
And I'm absolutely certain it's Toreador.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah, it was.
There's nothing wrong with the clan of Zero.
As a whole.
As a whole, no.
So, the short version is that I was dating this guy. And
that's how it always happens.
It was weird that he never really stayed until morning. And he was a writer. I had met him at an open slam, and he was there mostly to listen. He does write, but we ended up getting to talking, and he ended up looking up stuff. Anyway, we dated for a while. Sweet guy, as far as I could tell. And he's a sweet guy. He's not a bad person. And past the whole vampire thing. I went with him to this thing. And he had been hinting at the fact that he was thinking about something big and something serious, and he didn't really tell me what it was. And I thought he was going to propose.
Yeah, that's what they.
Or let's say, let's move in together. Like, I thought that was what was going on.
A whole different phase of life.
Yeah, and he did literally mean a whole different phase of life. But
oh my God.
Unfortunately, he went to go get drinks. And for some wild reason, he decided either he got distracted or he decided it was okay to leave me alone for a few minutes or something. And I don't remember everything that happened.
You were poached.
Yes and no.
Like an egg.
But here's the thing though. What I do remember was there was this guy I didn't recognize talking to this woman, and she looked really uncomfortable, and she was giving this like, if I could find a bartender I'd ask for an angel shot kind of vibe, and I didn't like that, and so I decided to intercede.
Ooh, all right, go you.
To be like, hey, oh, it's so good to see you, like all of that, and I was trying to get her out of that. Unfortunately, I kind of got her out of that the way that I sometimes do, which was, hey, pay attention to me instead, and he did, and then it gets kind of fuzzy, and one of the next things I remember was waking up with Xavier over me, looking very, very worried.
Oh.
I already knew. Xavier was one of Nathan's friends.
You got poached.
But here's the thing, though. The
Like
guy that was bothering the
heart
woman, I'm pretty sure is the one who did it. Because I remember him and flashes of badness. So I think what happened is that she was getting bad feeding vibe juju from some other third person who I don't even know who he was, that I stopped. He tried to do it to me. Something went wrong. I was dying. And that Xavier fixed it before Nathan could find me because I was dying.
Huh.
That is technically poaching. But I don't think it
was... That is fucking complicated is what that is.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it were just a poach, I would feel like I understood it. But the other thing is, once I got that whole thing happened, I found out, like, you have to go through this vetting process. You have to be like, are they an okay person to do this to? And then, are you a responsible enough person to have a pet?
Yeah, and don't they have permission they need to get and stuff?
Right. And the vibe that I got for the time I was being trained, reared, heck, what is that called? Fledgling something. I used to remember this. Accounting. Yes, before that. The vibe I got was that they were, I don't know why I would even know this, and I don't know why they would know this, but that they had decided that I was a reasonable pick, but they hadn't decided whether he was a reasonable choice. And then this happened, and that kind of got me in on a loophole. Like, I don't... Because...
Well, it certainly pressed the issue.
Yes, it pressed the issue. It made it urgent. Xavier's older. Xavier is not a neonate. And so I think that maybe it was just in the end, it got worked out, and at least he was, at least he was older. I don't know all the details. I don't get the sense that this was like planned, but that's the reason I spaced out, was that somebody was talking about basically something unexpected, reversing, Uno reversi.
Okay.
And
so you just had a little memory attack.
Yeah, and I just sat there. First, it kind of freaked me out a little, and then I kept sitting there going, why can't I remember this? Why can't I remember this? But it didn't matter in the end, because Nathan, who I was still in touch with, because now we're in the same tiny community, and I still dated for a little while. Until we stopped.
You shouldn't have dated a vampire.
I mean, I thought it might be okay, and then he never said it.
Shouldn't date.
I think they do, though. I think that's basically who they do.
Okay, wait. Vampires shouldn't date other vampires.
Yeah, but they do all the time.
Yeah, and it's stupid.
It's probably healthier than the alternative.
No, it's stupid.
Are you saying vampires should date mortals?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
That's an interesting dichotomy.
Like a terrible idea.
Keeps you young.
An additional...
Keeps you in touch with so you don't become like a slathering monster.
I mean, valid, but also probably causes a bunch of harm to the mortal.
Why?
Because we're dead and some of us are terrible.
Okay, but I'm not terrible.
I mean, that's
even if I was
valid,
but I'm not terrible. And
right, but we're talking in the general, like...
I don't talk in the general sense.
No, you just said in the general sense.
I think you misunderstood me.
Okay, sure.
But...
Roll your eyes at me.
The thing that happened with Nathan, though...
All three of them.
Oh, that's... No, I can't...
I saw it underneath the thingy. They all went like this.
Are you heightening your senses so that you can see the tiny ripple in fabric underneath Alexis's head?
I might be.
Bitch, I might be. Okay, so... But the thing with Nathan, though, he made a comment once when he was sad face about how things worked out. And I don't know if he was just sad because he didn't get to do the thing or whatever.
Hey, it's a pretty powerful sensation.
He-
So I've heard.
He came very close to calling me broken.
Well, fuck him.
Like, it's such a shame that this happened to you because you were such a talented artist and you were able to pull all these really cool things together.
but
And it's
you're
such...
You're still a talented artist.
Oh,
That's
but you're not a rose.
Right, there was this whole...
You're not-
loves the roses.
You're not his property, so clearly you're defective.
I think it was specifically the
Asshole.
clan thing, though.
There's
Like-
nothing. See, the thing is, it's like people put so much emphasis on clan. I mean, come on.
Clan is important.
That I don't. I wouldn't. What? I
Clan.
don't think so.
Uh-huh.
So that's partially what led me to being an anarch. The end. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
basically...
great story.
I mean,
Thank you.
You know,
And then I found $5.
things like that are
Hey.
why I'm not an anarch either.
Look, you want to be an iconoclast. That's fine. Is that the right word? That's the right word. You want to be like, out there doing your own thing. It's just, I'm glad you found us because it's it's dangerous to go alone. You should take this Tremere and this Malkavian.
Are we kittens now?
No, we're the magics.
Wait.
We're
Are
the sword.
you telling me
and the
about how
boomerang.
dangerous it is to be out there,
No.
and that
No.
my solution should be to take a Tremere?
I know it sounds like
This is my logistical support Tremere?
Sounds
That's
like
not-
what?
Okay.
you don't know how good you got it, babe. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, it's weird. When you've only got 3 suits in the tarot, it feels weird. Where'd those swords go? That's a...
Wait, did you just say that Kathy is a stabilizing, calming influence?
No,
Stabilizing, no. Thrusting boldly forward, yes.
Yeah, that's true. That is
I'm
Kathy.
pretty. I feel like thrusting pretty boldly forward myself right now. I want to go see the paintings.
I know you do.
And Alexis does not know how to take a joke.
No.
Like I'm just.
There are some things one should not joke about.
Like what?
This,
Like
all of
like-
that.
like the schism between our clans.
The relative safety therein, or...
I'm sorry. I mean, were you victimized by a Tremere personally? Like,
Do you not know about the...
Oh, I know, but were you there? I mean, I'm sorry, I wasn't.
I will say this is one thing where I think I would actually side with Alexis. That's I don't say that's rare. No, because I worry. No, not a Tremere thing. But I don't think I can make any argument. Not that you were making an argument, but I don't think I can make any argument based on the were you there for the atrocities personally? Like
Hey,
that makes me
we've all
nervous.
look. All vampire clan. Every single vampire clan has done an atrocity. It's not just the Tremere.
I've heard about some really gnarly pranks. Oh God, that's not a word anyone uses anymore.
Yeah, I think it's coming back though. You could reclaim it. Gnarly. I'll do it with
believe you. Not that you don't, Natalie. I believe you, Alexis, that this is... I am cool with not joking about this, if that's what you're saying. If you would like that to not be a thing we joke about, we do not have to
I
joke
would
about
like to not joke about that. Thank
Okay,
you.
then
Alright,
we don't have to joke about it.
We will
All
joke
right.
about other things, like
All
me
I'm
hitting
saying-
on 2 people in 2 evenings. We can joke about that.
Wow, okay.
Hey, you know what? I will call them as I see them. I definitely did do that.
You did.
You
and
did.
Kathy and I were very excited to see how Kevin went, and then Kevin got thrown under the bus. For Halo.
No.
It's
Okay,
fine,
hold
look.
on. That is polyamory erasure.
So, you know what? Valid. But you don't know whether. I mean, I've got a strong vibe off of Halo, but you don't know what Kevin. You don't know what Kevin
I don't.
likes.
I would talk to, if this were actually like a dating thing, I would talk to them and be like, how do you feel about this? I also don't know what his rules are, and that may be its own thing. But I want to note that in both of these cases, this was compassionate, earnest, tactical flirting.
Tactical flirting.
I have learned a new word today.
Tactical flirting is part of the reason I am alive. So, well, alive. So, you know, do what works, I guess. Why do you think I look like this? I look like somebody
I
took a
thought-
Manic Pixie Dream Girl and splatted it onto somebody slightly too old for that. Like, that's basically...
I just thought it was you and your
I do like it, but...
lady.
Yeah. Thank
I
you.
mean, you're welcome. I mean, if you can do it, do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can almost
I like
go on the
the
wrong
heart.
side. There's like sparklies and little,
Yeah.
and I have a little triangle that matches the triangle on my
I mean,
shirt.
I can't do it.
You could.
Look, I got the academic face and the fat cheeks.
If
It's
you
not
want
it's
sometime,
not happening.
I will totally e-girl you up if you want. I leave it up to you.
You have a deal.
Nice. You want to see them?
Enfys,
Yes. Oh no.
you have a text.
Oh, I was heard. You have something terrible occur. Go ahead. Yes.
You have a text, and it's from Save. You know, it's the you get the person you were reaching out to says, do you have a moment?
I would need to get to you, but I do? Question mark. Hey. I reply with that, but I point to the phone.
Are we about to have a makeup makeover montage or something?
I mean, that's probably later, but I did
That's
just
okay.
get a text from Xavier.
Oh,
Yeah, fair. I just want
No,
to put it on
and
the
I
table.
do. I reply to it saying, I would need to get to you, but I do.
If you still want to meet, I've got tonight.
Who needs tomorrow?
and that's where my brain went.
Would all y'all like to, if and when we go and see the art, also loop back and you can meet Xavier, if you haven't already?
I mean,
think
I would go meet Xavier first.
we can do that. I'm
Mm,
happy to do that.
That just seems a little more important.
He's a lovely individual. Very good sire.
I see we have several people in chat, at least one, plus me, who are interested and are here for the makeover montage.
It's a montage. Yeah, that's fair. You're welcome, Jillian.
No, you are welcome.
Oh boy, because I can't do it actually. It'd be you doing it for
Oh,
yourself.
hey, you know, then it's just gonna be disaster. It's gonna be disaster. I just
If
want
I
everyone
could
to know.
physically be in the same place, I would do it.
So
Anyway.
for next game, you need to like look up some YouTube tutorials,
Oh, are
clearly
you
apply them to
kidding
your
me?
face, and then you two get to tell us how the makeup montage
Or we have a
went.
flashback and we talk about it. Like you
Yeah,
don't have to do it for
It's
game.
true.
But yeah, I'm happy to see. What a fine time to go see Xavier after all of you have all this delightful context.
Yes, in fact, I think that's
yeah.
a great idea.
Oh, and if we're meeting, or did he say where he'd like to meet? Is it in Cam territory, probably?
Didn't elaborate.
Okay.
Do you send? I mean, you could get more information, but like,
Where would you like to meet? I'm waiting on a response. Don't worry.
The Jeopardy theme
Let's-
plays.
Let's meet at the market,
Is that the place where it happened? That's the place where it happened, isn't it?
Quincy
That's
Market.
awesome.
It is in
Wow.
fact it is a known place where
Yep.
kindred of all sects can meet safely.
So,
Oh,
we are meeting at Quincy Market, which is, fun fact,
Ooh.
where this all happened. And that's fine.
Okay, all right.
It's all right. It was a while ago.
are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I've been to Quincy Market since then, and unless something weird happened, there is a chance Nathan will be there because there's a chance any lick will be there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But you know what? I'll be with my girlfriends, and it'll be fine. My
This
girl
is
and indie friends.
Aw.
And if he doesn't like it, he can suck it. Not really.
No, he really can't.
He can do the opposite of that.
That's a terrible thing to say to a vampire.
You know, I tried to say tried to take it away from he can lick it because I just said the word lick and I thought that'd be repetitive, and then I changed it to suck, and that wasn't any better.
I believe the correct term is sit and spin.
That's That's fair. I heard somebody say sit and spin on a steak once. That was nasty.
You know,
Yes.
I'm sure there's somebody out there into it.
You know, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, but that's a very long route to get there.
That's not the best way to do that. There's too much GI tract in the way.
Oh my god. No, I mean, I
have
think
to go
it's
side-
mostly the esophagus. The GI tract is really mostly down the other way.
Yeah, you would have to go there and then go side. Like it's 2/3 of the way up and then
You
to
kind of
the
have to
left.
go through some gallbladder.
Are you
maybe.
okay, Natalie? No. Apparently
like,
we've hit Natalie's threshold.
like,
That's fine.
eh,
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's not great.
Sorry.
It's okay. We don't
Okay.
joke about Tremere Salubri things, and we don't joke about sitting on steaks. Understood.
or
the digestive tract.
I just don't need that, like
That
pointy-
graphic.
that pointy graphic. Just sort of, I don't need that in my life.
That's quite the gesture.
Yeah.
That's fair. No more of that imagery for you, in deep detail,
Thank you,
so to speak.
Ah, now I'm mad. Now I'm going the
I'm
car.
sorry.
Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad.
Mostly. Okay, that was bad. That was mean. I heart you.
All right, you too.
All right. We have about 10 minutes before we've got to
Oh,
wrap.
we do. I didn't know if you still had 10 minutes.
Wait,
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, we have. Does anything happen before we wrap this up tonight? Because we're having a sort of an abbreviated game because we're down a couple people and we've had
Yeah.
some technical stuff.
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything they want to do tonight or in the next few before we draw the curtain on tonight's episode?
I have no small thing. Oh, I did have one silly roll, but I can do that later.
I have a question.
Ask it.
If I
be
have
right back.
a dot of herd, can I use that dot of herd to get rid of a dot of hunger without, stuff?
Yeah, it just takes some time. It presumes that you are taking some time to go out and find the people you know and do the thing over. But yeah, I believe that's the case. Let me just let's make a quick sure.
I'm
make
just
sure
wondering
that is true.
if that's a thing that, I can do before we go visit Quincy Market and see artwork, because I do not like having to roll 2 hunger dice.
Understood. Hold, please.
Which I understand is like first world problems and not a lot of hunger dice, but also I have a lot of rolls that are like 3 dice, and that sucks. And I only have the barest of grasps on the mechanics, so I'm like, I think I can maybe fix this problem, maybe. But, yeah. Also, I know that Sammy is BRB, but Jillian, I just wanted to check in. Like, are we cool?
Oh yeah, we're cool.
Okay.
No, are we good?
Yeah.
Are we good? Are you?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
absolutely. But I wanted to just.
No, I'm
Yeah.
I'm great.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
and honestly, Natalie is too. Like, it's like I said back in session 0. Like her whole thing with the celebration, it's like, oh, I'm sorry. Were you close? Like, did you know anybody? Because I sure as fuck don't. That's so way above my pay grade that I don't identify with that mess.
Right. Yeah. No, Alexis has a very different perspective on that thing.
And
Not because like she was there, obviously, but because she was, quote unquote, brought up very much with the like, and we all have the sort of racial memory of that terrible thing, and while we don't like go and enact revenge, we're all diminished and harmed by this thing that happened, right?
And it's so very valid. I play a Salubri in a Dark Ages game in another club, which shall not be named. But yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I get the Salubri thing.
And also, like, her mentor's dead too, so she's like, clan is everything, and there isn't very much of it. Like,
what she really wanted to pick up on is it's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this tribute as Malkavian. Like, what are they gonna do? But no, it's like she really is. She's like, hey, we're here for you.
Anna, to answer your question, yes, you can absolutely spend your herd for to illuminate one hunger die for free. It's the rules say once per week, but we're not counting it that way. But we'll say like for since we've just come back from the act break, we can do it this time. So so you've used your herd benefit, your free herd benefit for this act. So you're down to one hunger for now.
Excellent.
But between now and next game.
Yeah.
I have a quick question, but others may be.
Nope, you are coming in at the right time.
Doing a thing, and I lost my ring. I know it is. I would like to know. This is something I would have done possibly in the previous scene, but I didn't want to take too much time.
Sure.
Could I make a bloodhound roll for Halo?
Ooh, okay. Let's go and check on that.
Because that also A, gives us some data, and B, I'm just curious.
Does that let you... Oh, that gives you resonance, right?
It does, but that can tell you something about
the here's the thing. You have to be in sniffing distance.
When I had my monologue-y speechy thing, I probably would have leaned in at least at some point.
Okay.
Could I have done it then? Not like this distance quite, but
no,
that distance, like smell my B-pal distance.
Sure, smell my B-pal distance is exactly the right time. Okay, so you can make that roll.
I need more of that.
Resolve plus awareness. Difficulty is 3.
Resolve and awareness. I love this roll. And I have to make 2 hungy dice.
Yep.
Okay.
The last time I got new B-pal was so many years ago.
Is that correct? Yes. It's a lot of dice. Oh,
that looks like 3 successes,
yeah,
which is sufficient for this roll. Let's see what that gets you.
I looked it up. It's page 226.
Yeah. Okay. You can smell the resonance of a human's blood without tasting it. Okay. With 3 successes.
Do I not smell it because he's not human? No.
That is a very good question. What I will tell you is, you smell what you get with just the base 3 successes is you get when you smelled it, what you got was sanguine.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's a possibility.
Yep.
Very creative, potentially sensory, doing a lot of kinetic artwork.
Yep.
Interesting. I might have also thought phlegmatic like me, but maybe not.
Well, I mean, like the thing about living creatures is they tend to change. It's not necessarily like. I mean, you can try and cultivate.
It also was
resonance.
kind of happening when I was being very charming at them, so that could have influenced it. Oops.
Jillian, anything you want to do before we wrap the session?
No, I think.
In that case, we've got some things to say. Thank you very much for sticking with us and listening to session 4 of Triptych, Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle. Our moderator tonight was Ms. Mad Duck, keeping us safe and keeping things going in the chat. Our dice program is Triple D Dice from tripleddice.com. We often have a more fun overlay, but this time we've just got the basics. Yes. Our Bitey book is from eLove Art. They have a stream of their own. She streams and does art type things, more cute usually than frightening. We are here every week except 1 week coming up until the end of May. The first week of June is our last session, technically. We are going to keep playing, and we're going to keep doing things here. If you like what you saw and you'd like to see me do more of it, you can contribute to my Ko-Fi. It's in the it comes up as one of the messages. Anna, do you want to talk about what you've got going up next?
I stream on this channel. Usually when I'm not streaming this game, I stream various cozy games like Stardew or Wildflowers or lots of Sims building. So definitely come hang out and watch. And oh yes, and sometimes I stream making or taking out of molds resin dice.
Cool. Simi, anything you want to talk about or promote?
Outside of the fact that occasionally my channel, which is Spirit Chrysalis on Twitch, has things like video games. Usually I might eventually do more stuff once I have the ability to have a better space to do more stuff in. Yeah, if you happen to check that out and you think that's a neat thing, feel free to give me a follow. Some of the games that I run are horror games. But not like goofy horror, usually psychological horror games.
I'm a terrible Luddite, and I have no social media following.
Absolutely. But you are part of the theater community in Rochester, New York. Anything
Yes,
new
I
coming
am.
up?
Actually, I just saw an amazing show. They have one more. If you are in the Rochester area, which, long shot. A, come say hi. B, I just saw the most amazing production of The Seagull. By Anton Chekhov. By the Company Theater. It's a new theater company in Rochester. They are jam-packed with talent, and I am just thrilled to be a supporter, and I'm very proud of what they've done with both their season and this show in particular. They've got one more show, which is tomorrow at 2. If you are anywhere local to the Western New York area, I highly recommend it.
I wish. Not that I don't want to be doing what I'm doing tomorrow, but it's a good play, and I think I mentioned before, I've never seen it or read it in English, so it would be cool, but alas, no.
I could go on for hours. Like, just don't get me started.
All right, and with the baying of the hounds, it is time to bid farewell to you folks. Thank you very much for watching us.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jason, for running.
Yeah.
We love you and appreciate it. And
thank you for sticking with us as we figured out our stuff.
Yes, and we will hopefully be back next Saturday with less Twitch antics and more functional technology.
And possibly a full complement of players.
Yes, hopefully. All right. Bye,
All right.
everybody.